Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to include my opinions. Okay, so we have Linda K. Slawson, who went missing. It was January 26, 1968, Portland, Oregon. She lived in Aloha, Oregon. She lived with her mother and her siblings. She's probably trying to help out. Women didn't really work much then, and the late 60s and the early 70s, you might remember, and even before that, you might remember people going door to door to sell things. She's going door to door to sell encyclopedias. I know some people sold vacuum cleaners. Children from schools went door to door selling candy bars. So she's trying to make some money, and here's this man saying, "Oh, I'll buy a set from you," right? So she's probably really happy to be able to make some money. So, and then he lured her into the basement and he killed her, and he killed these other women, and they haven't found her body yet. And I don't know if they haven't found her or if she's just a Jane Doe, an unidentified Jane Doe who they don't know who she is. That, with flooding and different things happening, I just don't know. And I'm not a professional, and so I don't know if they found her body. I don't know if he was being honest, a lot of things. But then you read about him, and you can pause this, you can rewind it, you can pause it, whatever, and read this information if you want to, because it's there. And then you go to look him up and read about him, and here he is. You think he's just this horrific person, but, yes, but his mother wanted a girl, and he was a boy, so she didn't love him. She pretty much hated him. It sounds like she belittled him, she abused him, and so at the age of 5, he's already got problems stealing shoes and trying to dress up like a girl. And here comes my opinions, because some people have children, and at a very young age, they feel like it's okay and appropriate to teach them about genders and tell them that, maybe they're born a boy, but maybe they could become a girl. And then you let them dress up like a girl with these young, impressionable minds that are craving love and attention, and you're giving them more love and attention when they dress up as a girl instead of being a boy that they are. And do you think it's okay to do that? Do you think that a child should be introduced to the fact that maybe it's not okay to be who they are, and maybe it would be better if, and they might get more love and attention if they were a different gender than what they are? I mean, they're going to crave your love and attention and affection, and if you're just loving them for who they are, never even introducing the fact that maybe they could change their gender, but instead just saying, "Oh, I love you as a boy. Let's do boy things. Even though I'm a woman and I'm your mother, let's do boy things. We'll do boy things. We'll play, and we'll spend time together. We can play board games. I can read to you and teach you things, and leave the gender stuff out of it with their impressionable minds." There's so many different things that you could teach them. Why is this happening to our children? Why is this something that you're picking? Because why not just let them love themselves for who they are? Why not just love them for who they are instead of giving them the possibility that you might love them more and give them more attention if there's someone else other than who they are, right? I just And you may, there's parents who do that may not feel that that's exactly what they're doing, but they're introducing them to something that I don't feel like, in my opinion, they shouldn't be introduced to that even at all. And they shouldn't be getting love and affection and attention to be somebody else as a little child, right? If you love them for who they are, then as they get older and they are who they are, you still love them for who they are. I just don't understand why people are doing this to children. But here's this mother that doesn't love him, who hates him, who belittles him, and abuses him. And I feel like the hating on him and belittling him and abusing him, emotional abuse, physical abuse, I feel like that is a huge problem, right? It's not, it's not the same as what I'm comparing it to. That's oranges, apples, and oranges, because these people who are doing this thing and introducing this different gender, they're not abusing their children and hating on them and emotionally and physically abusing them. And, it's not going to turn them probably into a serial killer or anything like that, because they still love their child. They're still spending time with them. I just don't agree with what they're doing, and I just feel like it could cause some kind of problems. But I don't know. I could be wrong there. And I probably shouldn't judge people, but I just don't understand it, because it's just something that I don't understand and I don't agree with. But here's this man whose mother hates him. She doesn't love him. She's not giving him affection. She's hating him because he's not a girl. He's a boy, and she wanted a girl. So then at the age of 5, he's dressing up as a girl and stealing shoes and trying to do things because his mother hates him because he's not a girl. So then he goes on to kill people. And honestly, when he goes on to do these things, do you think his mother said, "Oh, do you think that part of this is his mother's fault? Do you think all of it's his mother's fault? Do you think if his mother would have loved him and treated him right, or given him to parents that loved him and treated him right as a baby, do you think he would have gone on to kill these people?" This is my questions. This is my opinions. I'm wondering if somebody loved him, if he had a mother that loved him or parents that loved him, if it would have saved lives. And I wonder this about these different serial killers whose mothers hate them, or their parents hate them, who are abused, because some of them are abused and they don't have love. And I just feel like I have, this hits me personally, and I can't tell you why this hits me personally without degrading somebody, and I don't want to degrade somebody, but I just feel like if a lot of people have a mother that loves them, and some people don't have a mother that loves them. Instead, they have a mother who hates on them and degrades them and puts them down all the time. And so I feel like here he goes on to kill all these people and do all these bad things. And you can pause it and read the things that he did, but there's these different women that were murdered, and it's just horrific. And I feel like if you are abusing your children and not loving them and putting them down and not taking care of them, it just, to me, it's only, this is what happens. This is what comes out of that sometimes. And I just, here he was, this little child once who was so abused. And then he grew up, and then he's this horrible monster. And he grew into a monster. But once he was a child, you know? And that's what happens. Some of these children are, you have some of these children who are sexually abused, who grow up, and you feel sorry for them because they're a child who is, molested and sexually abused, and then they grow up and become adults who are monsters, and then you hate them because they're monsters because of the bad things that they do. But once they were a child, anyway, and now I'm just rambling and rambling. So, because this one, it like I said, I have, it, it touches me personally, and so I, it, I don't know how to put the words. I can't find the words, but here we have this missing woman, and this woman probably had a loving family, and she was a good person, and she's trying to work for a living, and she's trying to do things, and he killed her, and they don't have her body. She was only 19 years old. So I guess we should focus on her and not even on him at all, right? So she's here with, and she with no body, they couldn't have a normal funeral for her or anything. Her family, they don't know if he was being honest or where her body was, and they've never been able to even cremate her remains. So that's my video for the day. Don't forget to pray for her and her family and her loved ones and these other people who lost their lives that he killed. You should pray for them too. And I this really, it's just horrific. It's just horrific that these things happen. And so please feel free to leave comments and let me know what your opinions are. And thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great day. Bye bye.